Yo, y'all, September video a day, even though I already missed a couple days. What I'm gonna do is just answer y'all's questions. So whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do for that day. So if you got a simple question or a simple riff or song request, I'll do it. For example, this one I'll do. Jake Dugan had a comment. He said, what do you do with your left-hand thumb on the guitar? And so sorry if it's windy, I'm wearing these. Hopefully the microphone's better. But that's a really good question. There's a few different things we're doing. Number one is when you use the thumb to play the chord, like that F chord, well, of course, you already know what you're doing, right? Can you hear that okay? Probably not. But I'm using my thumb to actually play the chord tone. Now, there's times when I'll put the thumb behind the neck, and it's somewhere like behind this middle finger usually. Don't get super particular. Everyone's hand's a different shape. But what you don't want is you don't want the thing way out over here. It's somewhere behind that like middle finger, kind of. Maybe somewhere behind the first finger and the middle finger for my hand. I know some guys who are more between the middle and the ring, but that's kind of up to you, like where your thumb's gonna be behind the neck. So I will do that when I'm doing arpeggios. Right, you can't really see my thumb over the neck right now. Or if I'm soloing. I guess you see it a little bit over the top. With the exception, though, being the pentatonic scale, if I'm doing a lot of bends, for me it's way easier to do a bend with my thumb over the top of the guitar. So that's kind of the lead playing. Usually it's behind unless I'm doing a lot of bends, then it's over. If I'm doing a chord, it's over the top. Now, typically just doing like seventh chords, it's gonna vary quite a bit. So that's why, like, Jake asked, like, should I be practicing both ways? No, you should be practicing only one way, and that's what the situation calls for. So, for example, when I'm playing like a G major 7 chord, to have my thumb up high is ridiculous. Like, it cramps my whole hand up. So every time I play that kind of voicing, my thumb's behind the neck. Now, if I'm doing an A minor 7, I voice this one weird. You might not know this chord, but like, I've tried doing it here, but my wrist ends up so much more bent, so my thumb's higher. So the main kind of takeaways is, of course, it's context dependent, but what you really want to be considering is what is keeping the rest of your body in line, right? So if my wrist is really bent, then I'm going to do whatever with my thumb to help straighten it out, right? Or if I'm I'm like farting out some chords because my hand is too like tight on the neck like this, well then I'll drop my thumb to create all that space. It's hard to get the right angle but I'll create all that space to get, drop my thumb lower to get a little more space. So it's a little bit of give and take with going this way and that way. So again, it's context dependent. I don't want to say there's a right or wrong answer, but it's kind of what works for your hand. When I'm playing just simple open chords, on these chords I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not like down low on it. You can kind of see my thumb over the top of the guitar. But what I'm typically doing, again, with the exception being that F chord, but on those open chords, mine's floating just, kind of behind, in between the pointer and the middle finger. Not super low on the neck, but just somewhere nice. And again, all of that's going to change too. Like if I throw the guitar up on my left leg, my thumb's going to be in a slightly different place. So I don't know if that's helpful, Jake. If you have more questions, let me know. I just wanted to keep it short and give you a few of the thoughts on how I go about thinking about that. Context dependent, and the thumb position is really, you want to think about what's best helping your wrist and best helping you get a good tone without farting out any of the strings. And always shoot for a straight wrist and, nice curved fingers. Right, later.